Hi Virgo, welcome to your week ahead tarot with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, you know I love you for it. With that said, if you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so on the website address below. Before we go in, so as you can see, I'm doing things differently yet again. And it's just because I like to keep things fresh. I like to keep things moving, and ultimately I always try to bring you guys the best. So when I do your monthly reading, I give you a breakdown of the week by weeks. So what I'm going to do from now on is I'm going to use those cards to infuse your week so that it gives you an idea of how that monthly energy is playing out in your life on a week-to-week basis. So for your second week of February, in your February reading, you got the Fool card. New things, new places, new people, a new energy. But the thing that I love most about the Fool card is it's a moment of pure destiny. It very often brings you something or someone into your life that you weren't expecting, and it tends to bring you an experience that you can use to enhance your life. It gives you a chance to act outside of your programming or your conditioning or what everything kind of is at in some way, shape or form. What do I mean by that? So the Fool card sometimes it can be something really at the time seemingly really small or inconsequential, and then all of a sudden you look back on it and you're like, wow, you know what, that was a really pivotal moment, or a conversation, or a person that I met at the right time at the right moment. It's very often the hand of the divine working in your life in some way. But it can also just as easily be where we are sometimes, you know, if we're not doing it consciously, sometimes we're, you know, like about to head off a cliff of some sort. Sometimes it can literally be that as well. So that energy of newness, of vibrancy, of life, of doing things differently and being outside the norm is definitely permeating your week. I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your actions and path ahead, you have the Seven of Wands, right? So you got a Wands card in the fire sector. So the way that this is coming through is this is a week for you to really ask yourself, are the battles that you're fighting really worth your time? Seven of Wands is about standing your ground and finding that grit within yourself, right? It's that moment where you have the high ground and you just need to stand your ground and stand up to basically fight against something that you know is either wrong or something that somebody's trying to do to you or towards you, that you kind of think, no, actually, you know what, this time I'm going to stand up for myself and stand my ground. The fact that it comes with the Fool card, you're being asked to really ask yourself, is it a foolish pursuit to fight this battle? Is it going to be a waste of energy? Is it going to be a waste of your time? Is it even worth you getting into it with someone or for something? Now, because it is the Seven of Wands, it does suggest if you go into this battle, you will come out of it victorious. However, sometimes after, you know, even if we know we're in the right, sometimes when we get to the end of a fight or a battle, when we think to ourselves, do you know what, it just wasn't worth it. It doesn't feel like a win. And the reason it doesn't feel like a win is because it was a waste of freaking time in the first place. So keep that in mind this week. Whenever something comes up that's a challenge, it might be a battle of sorts or a battle of wills, just ask yourself, do I really want to spend my time and energy on this? It might be a chance for you to really observe where you could level up in some way. And sometimes that is to sidestep the lesson before it even becomes a lesson. All right. Your communications and convos this week, you got the Devil card. I mean, really, you know, this is a double hit now of you're being asked to really ask yourself, is it actually worth it? Your communications and conversations is what you're talking about, who you're talking about, who's talking about you. The Devil card is about what we unnecessarily hold on to, what we, you know, something that becomes a bit of a pattern or an addictive pattern at that. There's a lot of gossip surrounding you this week, Virgo, and my advice to you is don't get involved in it. If there's office politics going on, if there's, you know, people backstabbing each other and chatting shit about each other, my best and biggest advice to you is this week steer clear of it. The Fool card, and permeating this through that sort of Seven of Wands energy, it could just be, you know, maybe somebody tries to draw you into something that has nothing to do with you, and as easy as it might be to get into, it may not be as easy to get yourself out of. This is going to be a week where you could, you know, it's almost like you could walk past the pile of dog poo, and it's almost like somebody could say to you, you know, try to distract you, and then you step in it because you weren't paying attention. That's probably the best way that I can put it to you. But you have a chance this week to completely sidestep it. But if you go into it, what's that saying that my partner's mum always used to say to him? It was whoever does the shit stirring has to lick the spoon eventually, right? And this is very much that sort of energy. This is one thing that you really want to watch out for this week. Whatever it is that's going on around you is not happening to you, so steer clear of it. Don't get involved. That's my best advice to you. All right, moving on to your money and materials. Money and materials look good this week. Oh yeah, you got that coins waking in, boy, because you got the Sun card, right? This is ultimate blessings. The fact that it comes through the guise of the Fool card as well means that this could be a sudden upswing in the finances. For those of you that work for a company, your message here is there could be a lot of kerfuffle going on in your company, possibly even in your business, maybe surrounding your business if you have one. You know, everybody's got an opinion when it comes to that job, that promotion, that anything, right? It looks like there's a lot to be said, but it looks like you're going to be the person that's put forward for it, or the person that comes out better for it than anybody else, and it's because you're staying in your lane effectively, right? This is gorgeous card for your money and materials. Home looks good. Now when it comes to what your moves, what your plans, what your you know, both literal and figuratively, this is not a week to share that stuff with someone, especially if you've got a hope or a goal or a dream that you're about to start reaching for, because the chances are whoever it is that you're, you know, that you might think, oh, you know what, yeah, this person will be happy for me, that might not necessarily be the case. And you know, sometimes when something is new, when you know, it's like you have to nurture it and keep it quiet, keep it stum. All right, this is the week for you to consider that. But finances, money in general for this week looks good. Your love and relations, for those of you that are, so for all of you, you've got the Eight of Cups, right? This is about walking away from some relationship. It's also about where we are ready to take our power back. I very often see this card when it comes to relationships as somebody taking their power back, somebody changing the power dynamics, but by making a move that they never used to, you know, they wouldn't usually make, I guess, because if they had, they wouldn't be getting the Eight of Cups. Do you see what I mean? So for those of you that are single, your Eight of Cups opposite the Sun card, I mean, this is really nice, because for those of you that are single, whatever the previous relationship that kind of may have done you in or may have hurt you, it feels like this week you're finally starting to see light at the end of the tunnel, and you're actually really starting to heal. Like, you're really starting to heal. That energy is definitely coming through, and you'll really get, the way that you're gaining your power back is by acknowledging that you gave it away, and it's a choice to take it back and not spend your mental or emotional energy on somebody that is quite frankly undeserving of it. For those of you that are partnered, it looks like you and your partner are facing something together about somebody that just refuses to let go. Like, whoever this person is, they're just not the sort of person to leave sleeping dogs to lie. It's like do you know what I mean? And the thing is, the feeling that I get from it is you and your partner are united in something together about a way that you're pushing forward. But it looks like somebody from either one of your pasts or your collective past is just refusing to let something go. It's like they just want to pick a bone. They just want to pick a fight. And this week, the way that you're best likely to do this is literally to shut it down. Don't pay it no attention, don't pay it no mind. If it comes through messages or social media, just lock it off and ignore it. The more energy you put into it, and we talked about this, the more energy you put into it, the more energy you're going to waste. things look good for you, right? Especially when it comes to money, materials, work, job, all of those things look really nice. Hold on to that energy. And as for this stuff, it looks like it's something to do with you and a partner, and possibly collectively. So whoever it is that's kind of, just somebody that's like a busybody, like, it could have been something that happened a long time ago and they're still going on about it. It's like, what's my favourite, with that one that says, somebody bring this bitch a plunger because she loves bringing up old shit. Like, that's the feeling that I get from it this week. So just consider that. And because we've got the Fool card, remember, this week it could be foolish to even go in there. It's just a complete waste of time. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Let me know if it's not too personal, how it shapes up for you. Take care, and I'll see you soon.